What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to our new channel name, which is X-Men's Expanding Universes. Not a big deal to why I changed it, just I changed it, so it's that. Cool. Anyways, today we finally end off the what if Gohan was a legendary Super Saiyan, and this one was a long time in the making, so please enjoy. After Goku witnessed the first time of using Ultra Instinct, he went to train with Whis to see if he can master this intense form. He keeps trying to master it, but he has much difficulty. After many months, Whis is able to train him so that he can use Ultra Instinct at will, but not the mastered form, the Omen form. One day while training, Beerus steps up to fight his rival, and Goku uses Ultra Instinct this time. It is a very hard and long battle, and Goku even starts to overwhelm Beerus with his speed and instincts. Goku then fires a fierce Kamehameha, which hits Beerus, but Beerus gets pissed off by this. Beerus then starts to pummel Goku into the ground with punch after punch. Goku is starting to be killed by all of these hits until Whis gets a call from Zeno. Zeno then asks for Goku, and Beerus stops attacking after he hears this. Whis then heals Goku, with Goku getting a huge Zenkai boost. Goku then heads to Zeno, and Zeno suggests a tournament of power. Goku is very excited to hear about this, and Zeno sets up the exhibition match for his future counterpart. Before Goku left the future, he remembers that he was gonna bring Zeno a friend, so Goku still brings future Zeno back to the present this time. Goku then heads back, with Beerus being very afraid. Later they head to the world of the Kais, and the Grand Priest explains the rules of the tournament. Goku then goes to Earth to recruit his brother, but his father intervenes and says that he is done being sidelined. Bardock then recommends Broly from planet Vegeta, but Goku thinks of Vegeta instead this time around. They head to planet Vegeta, with Goku recruiting Vegeta, with Vegeta smirking as he has discovered a new evolution to Super Saiyan. They then go to the exhibition match, where Goku's showing himself off to the other gods, and being very rude in the process, but Vegeta would smack him down and apologize for his rudeness. The first round would be Vegeta stepping up, and Vegeta would play around with Basil in Super Saiyan. Vegeta then begins to punch Basil without getting a second to recover, with the Kai of Universe 9 giving Basil a drug which powers up Basil, but Vegeta then surprises everyone with his Super Saiyan 4. The scientists of planet Vegeta helped him discover the form, and with this, he fires off a Gallic gun to defeat Basil. Vegeta then smirks as the dust clears to show that he killed Basil. Vegeta would have killed Basil in this story mainly because he wouldn't have any restraints holding him back, and that Super Saiyan 4 was a much more rigorous form. The Destroyer of Universe 9 gets infuriated by this, and he tries to destroy Vegeta, but Beerus actually steps in to stop him. The next match is Bardock vs Lavender. Bardock starts off in base form, but then Lavender reveals his poison, and Bardock then shows off his Super Saiyan 2, and the poison swells up even more, until he is able to actually knock Lavender out with a Rebellion Sphere. Bardock does have some restraint to him, as he doesn't have Super Saiyan 4, so he doesn't kill Lavender, but Lavender does collapse due to the overexhaustion of power, with Goku giving Bardock and Lavender a senzu bean. Goku then has his usual fight with Bergamo, but instead of using the Kaioken, he uses his mastered Super Saiyan Blue instead. He is able to defeat Bergamo, with Topo challenging him, and Goku is able to defeat Topo, but this time, he scares the other gods not only with Super Saiyan God, but with Ultra Instinct Sign, which scares the other gods and makes them afraid. Is this mortal really having the power of the gods? How is that possible? The Grand Priest then explains the tournament and that they need 10 warriors for the battle. Goku already has 3 warriors, so he goes to recruit Gohan. Gohan yells at his father because his recklessness, but sighs, as he expected this kind of thing would happen, in a weird sort of way, but whatever. Gohan would agree to join, and tells Goku that he wants to combine his Super Saiyan with his God Ki. Goku would agree, and tells Gohan that they'll go into the chamber to train. Gohan also recommends Piccolo, since he was his teacher as a little kid, and also when growing up. Goku then leaves by getting Raditz and Piccolo. Raditz then tells Goku that he should train with his son so they can finally bring out that legendary power of his. Raditz assures his brother that he will get more recruits for the tournament. Raditz then goes to Vegeta and tells him to get Broly, as Broly could be a very strong fighter and that he can help Broly with controlling his power, since it's just like Gohan's. Vegeta takes Piccolo with him, as he would have a good idea for him. Raditz then recruits 17, 18, and 16 to the team. Raditz has a full team ready for sparring, and he would actually spar with 17. Also, a little side note, Krillin and 18 would still get together, but since it was a little later, 18 would have had Marin later on. She would be around Pan's age or at least older. Goku then takes Gohan into the hyperbolic time chamber, with Goku teaching him God Ki. Gohan is able to infuse his Berserker power into God Ki, which creates an explosive new power. Goku would even be able to improve on his Ultra Instinct more, thanks to Gohan's new power. They all train a bit before the tournament, with Vegeta arriving back with Broly and Piccolo, with Piccolo being much stronger. What did he do, Gohan wonders. The tournament then comes around, with the team being as listed below. Goku, Gohan, Raditz, Piccolo, Bardock, Vegeta, Broly, 17, 18, and 16. Gohan is made captain of the team, and he discusses a plan to stick together, which, well, doesn't really work out that well. The events would go up to the same until the erasure of Universe 9. Vegeta jumps in as normal to help, and they would still be able to defeat Universe 9. After that, Goku gets approached by Caulifla and Kale. Goku teaches them Super Saiyan, with Kale going berserk. Gohan jumps in by powering up into his own Legendary Super Saiyan, and it's a crazy brawl between two hulking Saiyans. Gohan then stops playing around and powers up into his controlled Legendary Super Saiyan. Gohan then kicks Kale out, but Hit is able to save her in the nick of time. Gohan then sets his eyes onto the assassin. He still has the score to settle with this assassin. Gohan would then show off his new power to Hit, showing that not only 1 he has control, but 2 he still has power, and he transforms into his Legendary Super Saiyan God state, and Hit takes the challenge. Gohan charges at Hit with a desire to defeat Hit this time, being way more stronger than before, as now he finally has some training, and Hit is surprised to see Gohan controlling his destructive power. Hit continues to struggle until he uses his lethal technique, the time cage. Gohan is about to be eliminated until Hit gets hit in the side. He looks around to try and sense if anyone is there, but he keeps getting hit from all sides. Gohan would know what's going on, and as he looks up, he sees Goku is there using his Ultra Instinct sign. Goku then appears and saves Gohan, with Hit very injured from this. With Hit being very injured, Dispo is able to defeat him. After this, Ribrianne takes on Bardock, with 16 taking on Kakunsa and 18 taking on Rosie. Bardock starts to have trouble with Ribrianne, so 17 would jump in to help him. Together, they are able to defeat Ribrianne, but Kakunsa jumps in and rescues her. Kakunsa was able to take out 16 due to her immense speed. 17 then takes on Kakunsa, and he is able to defeat her, with Ribrianne being outraged by this, and she takes her rage out on Bardock, who is almost knocked out by this until Raditz arrives to save his father. Bardock swears the next time he sees her that he'll defeat her, no matter what. After Goku would flare up into Ultra Instinct, Jiren would awaken and would approach Goku, and the two start to clash. Goku continually powers up from Super Saiyan to Mastered Blue, and soon enough, he awakens his Ultra Instinct Omen. Jiren starts to get overwhelmed by this power until he powers up himself, and then Goku starts to have trouble in Ultra Instinct. Goku becomes very overwhelmed, and Jiren tries to blast him out of the ring, but Goku is caught by Raditz. Raditz then powers up into Mastered Super Saiyan Blue, with Goku powering up back into Ultra Instinct Sign, with the brothers taking on Jiren themselves. Goku and Raditz then take on Jiren together, with Jiren starting to get pushed back, until he sends a fierce attack at them, which pushes away most of the fighters out of the ring. Raditz and Goku hold it back, but then it hits the two. They collapse onto the floor, and Jiren is about to eliminate them, but Broly arrives and rescues them both. Jiren is surprised, but he lets them go, as the second half of the tournament would begin. Jiren then begins his meditation, with Piccolo then going over to the two and healing them. Piccolo then explains that thanks to the aid of Vegeta, he was able to go to Namek and fuse with all the Namekians there. Piccolo then meets the Universe 6 Namekians, and he sees that they have fused as well. Piccolo begins to struggle until Gohan would arrive. With the two working together, the Master and student are able to defeat the Universe 6 Namekians and launch them out of the ring. It's all up to Kaba, Caulifla, and Kale from Universe 6. Kaba then is approached by Gohan, and Gohan stages an act of being evil and threatening Kaba, saying that once he erases his universe, he'll go on to make sure that they never come back. This makes Kaba feel betrayed that his master is evil just like Frost was. With all of this stress, he's able to transform into a Super Saiyan. Gohan then battles Kaba, and Gohan would actually be impressed by this, but soon enough, he actually ends his act, showing that he was just acting so that he can bring out this power from Kaba. Gohan apologizes to Kaba for the act, but it was just a little inspiration from his uncle. Gohan then assures Kaba that he will bring back all of the universes, including his, so then they could properly train together. Kaba is glad to hear this, and he asks Gohan to give him a proper send-off, an all-out battle. Gohan shows off his full power, and Kaba fires up his Super Saiyan once again, with the two having a good training session, until Gohan eventually has to eliminate Kaba. From the stands, Kaba gives Gohan a thumbs up, and Gohan proceeds into the tournament. After this, Raditz and Goku get jumped by the 3 robots, and soon enough, they are able to defeat the robots until the Doctor arrives. Goku and Raditz then witness how the Doctor fuses with the robots and transforms into Aniranza. Aniranza then begins to destroy the area, which knocks out a lot of the fighters. Ribrianne then becomes the last one of Universe 2 with her Yardratian friend, and they give off energy to her. She then becomes a giant and is about to fight off Aniranza until a power ball by Bardock is shot up into the sky, making him become a Great Ape. It's a 3-way battle between giants. Pause? Bardock becomes very pissed by this, as he would be falling behind by the two, so he risks it and transform while being a Great Ape into a Golden Great Ape. Bardock would lose control from this, and he would begin to. Due to this, the majority of the fighters in the ring would be eliminated, and this would unfortunately include 18 and 17. Goku then uses instant transmission and would try to get through to his father, but Bardock snatches Goku up and squeezes him until Goku is finally able to get through to Bardock. The power of the Golden Great Ape begins to manifest itself as Bardock would begin to shrink, and soon enough, Bardock transforms into a Super Saiyan 4, and he plans to face Ribrianne and defeat her. Goku then splits up the two giants while he takes on Aniranza. Goku would use his Ultra Instinct to dodge Aniranza's attack, buying his father some time to take out Ribrianne. Bardock then approaches Ribrianne and starts to climb her, just like 18 did, and she tries to blast him away, but Bardock would be way too powerful and would maneuver around her. Ribrianne would then throw a punch, but Bardock would jump onto it and then leap off of it and fires a huge attack which takes out Ribrianne and the Yardratian. Now it's Universe 7 versus Universe 11. Goku, Vegeta, and Raditz take on Jiren, while Bardock, Gohan take on Toppo. Broly takes on Dispo with Piccolo, and Piccolo is able to trap Dispo in a Hell Zone grenade, with Broly firing out an attack from his hand, which is able to eliminate Dispo. During this, Gohan wouldn't be able to coordinate well with Bardock, as Bardock would have been new to the form, and he'd be losing it by the second. Gohan would try to help, but it would result with Toppo dislocating Bardock's arm and kicking him out of the ring. Gohan would decide to go full power, and Toppo would do the same, but he wouldn't unleash his God Destruction form, as he wouldn't have that unnecessary push. They go blow for blow, but in the end, Gohan is able to push past his limits and defeat Toppo. Before he eliminates Toppo, he assures him that he will bring back all the universes. Toppo accepts his defeat, with Jiren scolding him. Gohan, Piccolo, and Broly then join Goku, Raditz, and Vegeta. Jiren would decide to stop playing around, and he finally powers up into his full power. Jiren then starts the Battle of Five, with him beginning to struggle. Piccolo and Gohan are able to team up on him, while Goku and Broly would be firing off their own attacks. Jiren gets injured from these attacks, but he has no time to think, as Vegeta would be below him, and he fires off a Galaxy Breaker, which Jiren smacks away. They continue to do combos on Jiren, until Jiren goes past his own limits. Everyone is surprised to feel this energy, until Jiren knocks out Piccolo and Raditz, the two healers of the team. Now it's up to Goku, Gohan, Broly, and Vegeta. Vegeta tells Goku to stay back, as he wants Jiren for himself this time. Vegeta would charge in, but his efforts come out as useless, as Jiren's power is far ahead of his own. Even Goku, with his Ultra Instinct Omen, wouldn't be working as well, because he would be fighting with the group instead of improving his own instincts. Broly would then power up into his controlled Super Saiyan state, and he gives Jiren a hard time until Jiren surprisingly is able to knock him out. Vegeta is surprised by this, as he believed that Broly would have been able to defeat him, but Jiren would have been more skilled than Broly, giving him the advantage. Goku then powers up into Ultra Instinct Omen, while Gohan powers up into his legendary God form. Gohan would then become more angered and would see his father fading out of Omen and base, and he would think about letting loose, but Raditz shouts to the two that they've been trained to control their power, not to let it loose. Gohan and Goku would then look towards Whis, with Whis nodding to the two in a way that they both would understand. Gohan and Goku then calm their senses and begin to push back Jiren finally. Jiren would become even more outraged by this, but Goku and Gohan would continue to overwhelm him. Jiren would try one last desperate move by launching a gigantic sphere, but Goku and Gohan would fire a Kamehameha towards the blast. On impact, the two would feel the heavy force behind the blast, but instead of getting angry, they relax themselves and burst out their auras, with Goku finally mastering Ultra Instinct. With this push, they are able to knock Jiren out of the ring, and the two would power down. They then summon the Super Dragon Balls, with Zeno saying Goku should take the wish, but Goku would actually ask if his son can take the wish, and soon enough, Gohan wishes for all of the universes back. Peace would finally be able to return, and thanks to the Vegeta Force, the other threats in the universe would be neutralized before they could become a threat. Years would pass, and the fighters would group together one last time for the World Martial Arts Tournament, with Pan being older and a fighter, thanks to her father. Goku would be proud of his son for being able to control his rage, with Gohan thanking his father for sticking with him throughout his whole journey, and now he can finally rest easy, as the next generation can take over, and Goku can be at peace. And with this, we finally end the story of Legendary Super Saiyan Gohan. Thank you guys so much for watching the video all the way through, as this technically is my first ever finale, as I still do have stuff in store for our future Vegeta, but I just wanted to have a good full story to it, and then I would add a bonus episode for the Moro arc, to the Granola arc, and to really whatever else happens. But with that, thank you guys once again for watching the video and for watching this whole series through. This has definitely been a good journey. It's had its ups and downs, and I'm just really glad of the way it really ended out. And I really thank you guys for all the support that you guys been giving me throughout this time. It really does mean a lot. And with that, that's it for the video. I guess I'll see you next time. Later.